Jesus Christ, I nearly fell over there.
You alright there, lad?
2, 1.
You
Yes.
You alright, mate?
You alright, mate?
You alright?
How's it going?
You alright?
You alright, Ross? Here we are.
Alright, Roo.
Having a little coffee, having a podcast.
A very special guest.
But he doesn't understand you unless you talk like that.
Your accent's better than mine. So I try and put it on for the podcast.
He loves a fucking chicken and chips and a can of coke. His name is Stuart Amos, and he's here.
Oh,
None of this Zimpish, man. None of that Zimpish. It's 2 in a row, man. Guess live in person, man.
Yeah, I forgot there that your surname was Amos.
Amos.
Because we've just been saying
First question I ever get asked: Are you related to?
Yeah.
Are you related to? I'm like, nah, never met the man.
Because it's an unusual enough name,
Yeah.
and also to be pretty well known in the karate world, you know. Yeah. It's like if there was another Mew doing karate, people would be like, that has to be someone to
Surely.
you. Because Mew is a really unusual name. Have you ever heard of anybody else called Amos?
No.
No, I don't. Think
I don't know
I've met
anyone
enough. No.
Oh, there's one guy.
What?
I think he's from New York. I don't know. Living in New York.
I see what you do.
No, but we've got Stuart here. Stuart has been over with his mates.
Yeah.
The whole teamies.
The fucking team of
fine.
Scousers.
Yes. The Liverpool came to train at the dojo, man.
Yeah. It was
The
good,
dojo.
man.
How'd you find it?
Oh, it's been a great few days.
Yeah.
Great few days. Yeah, obviously training with Stuart Sensei Monday night. Then you guys in the morning. You last night. It's been a great few days. Yeah.
Oh, what did you do last night?
We done Yakusuki, man. That sounds very shit, but it was alright. It was alright.
Oh, it was good fun.
You know.
Okay, Stuart, you tell me. What happened last night?
It's all now. I was going to say this. I'm actually made up. I'm aching. Do you know the thing that's aching the most?
What?
Me and the thighs.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. It's what I wanted. It shows
That's
I'm
progress,
trying.
man. Yeah,
it shows
that's
I'm
and
trying.
not
so,
only you're trying, but you're getting it. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, Yakusuki tried to use that inner thigh muscle, which was feels good, man. Feels good when you get it.
That's it. It's just working on a bit of stand stability, you know, making sure those knees don't move, making sure you're shifting the weight to the back leg, loading up and then pinging it out when you punch. You know, a bit of that, like, and it's that kind of, you know, the traditional sort of Western karate of the stance is just too long to have any sort of weight transference on your legs. Just trying to, you know, shorten it up a little bit and use some good old BLD, man.
The BLD is what it's all about.
Leg drive.
You know, just this morning when you were demonstrating for the guys the weight distribution in different stances, you did a bit of Zenkutsu, then you brought it back a little bit for your Kibadachi, then you brought it back all the way for your Kokutsudachi. And I was looking at you, and I'm about to pay you a compliment. I was like, for a man of his size, and I'm not talking about your shape, I'm talking about your literal, like, mass, like you're a big fella. Like, you can fairly articulate with your hips and your legs and stuff, like, man, you've got, like, you've
flexibility.
yeah, it's the flexibility, man, but also the control, like, you put it all the way forward and then perfectly in the middle and then boom, belt all the way back there to that back leg for Kokutsudachi. I was mesmerised. I was staring at your lovely big thick legs.
Man. What have you done?
What do you mean, what have I done?
Someone's hand.
No.
What have you done?
I just wanted to pay you a compliment because there was a little bit of magic there this morning when I was looking at your
Very
stances.
nice, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
Compliments with karate.
You've been complimenting me on the podcast lately, so I thought I'd
that's lovely.
pay you back.
That was lovely. Yeah. But Stuart, you're over with Chrissy.
Yep. Yeah, Christine Donnelly, we got Tony Chinner, John O'Neill, and Dan Brody.
Brody.
Yeah, the 5 of us.
Shout out to all those fellas.
All those films.
They did great.
Oh, they've loved it. They've loved it. Yeah, they have loved it. We all have. We all have. It has been good.
We've loved having you, man. We always love having guests in the dojo.
Yeah.
You know, it forces us to, like, what does it for? We train hard anyway, but there's always just a little bit more, I think, excitement around training when we've got guests. You know,
Yeah.
Like you want to do your best. You want to try your hardest. You want to, you know, push up. Yeah, you subconsciously just push a little bit more
Yeah,
when you've got
definitely.
guests. You know.
Yeah.
Like even it's not even just in the morning sessions. On Monday night, I was like, "Ooh, I'm excited!" I was like, I've never enjoyed Goju Shihodai so much.
Oh, yeah. No, when we went for lunch with Stuart Sensei on Monday, he met us for lunch and he was like, "Is there any katas anyone wants to work on?" And before I could even think, Tony Chin went, "Oh, Goju Shihodai." I just went, "You fucker."
It was a good choice.
My left leg was like, "You."
Yeah.
Nikoash all day, man.
Yeah, Nekoash down on that left leg, man. Well, I mean, if you were going to do Nekoash, you'd want to be doing it with your right leg in front, wouldn't you? So you can whoosh with that quick maigiri.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Or quick left leg, my guy, if you're left-legged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people aren't.
Yeah. What? Leave a comment below. What leg? What leg do you kick with?
Oh my god! That audience engagement, man! You nailed that one.
That was it. Yeah. Very interesting topic.
So yeah, we did Goju Shihodai with all the guys, and it was great having them in the dojo. And
Scott was fairly fucking banging, man.
He was.
Fucking, he was. What was he? He done a
good form.
It was the fucking. Bang! And then he
spinning,
stepped over, then he went bang, then he went bang, then he went
the
bang.
audio listeners are loving that, right?
That's it, man. You know exactly. For all you who know, man, you just saw exactly what I was doing.
I don't think they did.
In your third eye.
He's talking about the spinning Geidan Haito Uchi. Is it Geidan or is it Shudan? You do a big spin and you do an open hand strike.
Yeah. And then you step over it and then you do a fucking up and down.
Yeah.
Closed hand fucking Tetsui, man. Most powerful technique. But yeah, that was great. He was moving well. It's nice having you guys there. Fucking bit of back and forth, bit of idea exchange, and it was very nice. No, very good. Fun. Very good.
Good fun. Like I say, because we train ourselves now. Like I was saying to you the other day, like don't really have an instructor anymore. So just craving that. Yeah. To be honest, just
absolutely.
Just craving someone shouting at me.
Okay.
Miss it.
So how did you find that? Like the transition between having someone sort of taking holding the reins and leading you through sessions to having to be the guy leading everyone else, like it's tiring, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is. It's like obviously still think and working hard and thinking about what's going on when you get to the dojo, but it's the thought beforehand. So every time I go to the dojo now, I've got to think, what are we doing? Whereas I used to just be able to go, just rock up and know what I'm going to work on, but obviously I'm just reacting to what's happening, particularly because they're like Godan and Yondans, and so you want to do a good. It's not like with the kids where if I run out of ideas, I'm like, I'll just run.
Yeah.
Just run. Sensei's tired today. Just do that. But when they're all at that level, you want to do a good job for them. And again, particularly though, what with HDKI, 18 months now.
Cool.
Still figuring a lot of it out myself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was there any eye openers in your wee sort of trip here during the Monday night session or the morning session?
It was more reinforcement, really. It's nice to know I'm saying the right things. May not be doing the right things yet, but I'm saying the right things, which is definitely a step in the right direction. But it's just reinforcement of those ideas now. So again, only trained apart from like the Zoom sessions and that. Not really trained a huge amount with HDKI instructors, really. Yeah. So it's all just like watch it. What I do at the moment now, as sad as this sounds, is I'll watch videos of like Stuart Sensei and you guys doing something with the sound off. I watch what you do, and then I think, what's the point they're trying to make? And then I listen back because I'm trying to fit like.
That sounds like a fun game.
Fun exercise.
Yeah.
That'd be great crack to do with like, I don't know. Some really old school fucking crime videos.
Yeah. Well, we were doing it with Paolo just now in the in the cafe.
We were watching videos of Paolo in the cafe. We're going, just naming pastas as he's fucking going through his fucking kata,
He's showing the first move of Nijo Shiho, and he's like, he does a little movement, and he moves, and we're just like, arigaton. Carbonara.
Kung Fu has their animal forms. Paolo has his spaghetti forms.
Yeah.
That's it, man. No, but Paolo's amazing. You ever seen any footage of Paolo Blavio?
No. You guys have spoken about him, but
we speak about him pretty much every episode now.
Yeah, chance, man. You train with Paolo. Paolo's fucking.
We'll all go to Gaeta. Come to Gaeta, man. You probably heard us. If you listen to the podcast, you probably heard us shouting on about Gaeta. And the lads, Ross. When I went to see them on Monday afternoon, the other chaps that Stuart is here with, they listened to the podcast and they heard us talking about getting Paddy. I don't know who Paddy is. I can't remember saying this, but apparently we said you were going to go beat up Paddy. And Paddy heard about that, man.
Oh yeah, Paddy's fucking coming.
Paddy's dad was here, man.
Yeah.
That was Paddy's dad.
I can't really remember
Paddy's
that.
daddy's good.
He's good at karate.
No, that's my favourite part of the of you guys being here with sparring with Big John.
John, that's the guy.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Lovely.
and he can move, like, when it came to remember going up and down the dojo, like shift, back block, counter, back block, in counter, back forward, and you know, some people were maybe struggling to get it. They were just going in, or they're like, what, I have to go back, I have to lean back? No, you have to move back. John got it like that. I mean, he probably does that kind of training anyway, right? Because he's a big competition guy, right?
Used to be, he was right up there with the KGB squad. Back in the day was John. Very, very good. Fought in Japan and all sorts. He was excellent. Yeah,
no, I tell you, sparring with him, like, it was good because, you know, catching each other back and forth, and at no point did either of us like escalate or anything like that. We were just enjoying it, man. It was like, oh, that was lovely, bang, 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 oh, that was lovely, and we're just playing, you know, trying to set things up, set traps for each other. It was lovely, man.
That was one of the most fun sparring sessions I think I've ever had in this dojo, because there was an element of relief. Because these guys came over and I'm like, these guys are from Liverpool, they're red triangle motherfuckers, you know, and I was like, oh, they're gonna kick the shit out of me. I was like, so I was a bit scared, but Scott just goes, okay, relaxed, come here, you know, just relax, Hajime. And I was like, oh no, I was like, eyes closed, like, oh fuck, and then it was fine. And not only was it fine, it was really fun, just having new bodies to spar with, and it was really relaxed. There was no escalation. There was a difference in styles, which was really fun. Like, I was sparring with one of the lads, and every time he scored it, like, he kept scoring on me with counters, like, again and again and again. But that's the thing, scoring isn't really what we do in the mornings. So he would stick in one of these Gakuzukis, lovely timing and everything, and go pull it back to Hikite and kind of stroll away.
Yeah.
You know, which is fine. That's what he's used to doing. So I know he did that a few times, and I found myself stopping as well. Like, oh, you got me, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not how we do it. Next time he does that, I'm just gonna keep going. And yeah, great fun. Great fun.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, man. So Stuart, you got no instructor. You're leading the session yourself. What is it that you're sort of working on yourself in terms of your karate, man? What's racking your brain?
Well,
it's
weird. It's a weird one at the moment because, again, like Scott Sensei was talking about the other day, wasn't it? Because I still compete, so there is a contrast between. So then, obviously, there's a lot of it is still good, but you know, competition is style over substance.
Style over substance.
Whereas this is very much substance over style.
Yeah.
I would say, and like, I want to be doing that, but I need to be doing that. If you know what I mean. So at least for the next few years, because I only, like, when I joined the HDQ, I thought I'm not going to compete anymore, and blah 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 blah. And then Simon was like, no, you know, do it. So, and it's been good. Like, I do enjoy competing, but I've only got a few years left. But yeah, it's trying to figure out all of this stuff while still maintaining, you know, the hard stampede.
So that's the funny sort of battle I had, and I'm brainwashed now. Like, competition is not really a motivating factor for me anymore whatsoever. It hasn't been for a long time.
Just because.
Oh, sorry. And like, when I first moved here, I was winning kata and kumite, and then the more I trained, the better I got at karate. The worse I done in kata every time, and then now I can't get past the first fucking goddamn round.
Yeah.
I'm getting beat by guys doing yanyonda and like, and I'm looking at it going, for fuck, like, really?
Substance,
really?
Yeah,
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Stamping the ground, big fucking long breasts, and yeah, man, that's just depressing.
Yeah. I wonder what it's going to be like. Well, it'll probably be. See, something I thought of just now when we were talking, Stuart, is you were mentioning, okay, I've been in the HDKI X long, and still we haven't learned. It sounded like you were talking about HDKI karate, which is a thing. That's a hashtag, HDKI karate, right? But Scott has never standardized anything. He teaches the way he teaches, but he doesn't force his style on anybody.
No, but it's what I want to do.
Exactly, because you recognise the quality.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I think we should put that out there, because I don't think Scott has ever or the International Council has never, I don't think, banned a dojo from joining, and it's never about style or even, and when they do join, they're not forced to train in a certain way. It's just open, and if you want to do things our way, you can. If you don't, You can carry on doing what you do.
But this is what all of us have said. Like I said, it was Yondans, Godans here, from Liverpool. And all of us have said at least once over the last 18 months, feel like a white belt, this is all completely new. And, the dojo we used to train at. And, the training was fantastic. It made you very sharp, very strong, obviously good competition success. Legends from that dojo, do you know what I mean? One of the instructors there was my hero from the age of flipping 10 years old, do you know what I mean? But it was always the same. It was always the same. And what he did was very good, but it was always the same.
Yeah.
And it's there's so much more to it than that.
Yeah.
There is so much more to it than that. And we've all discovering that, and we're all loving it. To be honest, we are all loving it.
That's great.
Anyway,
what I was going to say then, I was going to get on to Barcelona. We've got our International Cup coming up, which means you're going to have all these HDKI members, dojos, coming together. They all do very different types of karate, because the HDKI has only existed for 5 years. 5 years. So it's not like everybody is doing Scott Langley karate all of a sudden. And so all the referees are going to be looking for all the judges are going to be looking for different stuff. It's going to be a real mishmash.
Man. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but Paul Uren is chief referee, right?
Chief referee
Paul Uren, shout out this. So he's going to try, I guess, to have a little bit of cohesion there, but I don't think it's going to be possible.
No.
I think it's tough going. And even people who have been in the HDKI from its conception.
I know who you're talking about.
Still, they are doing their own thing and stuff. So I don't think there's no sort of, like you say, there's no emphasis on changing. It's more with the refereeing. What Paul's trying to do is just what are you looking for? Don't look for the superficial. Look for the sort of the what's the word? Principles.
Yeah.
That that sort of govern karate rather than the hand position was fucking Basada. It was here instead of here, so I'm going to take a point off, because it's a close sort of between the two of them kind of thing, Yeah. It was funny, even the other day, I think Tony asked the question, in a competition when you're scoring that kind of thing, and I was it's funny, I haven't heard in so long someone having that mindset of how does that relate to a competition, because it's just not emphasised in our dojo whatsoever.
Yeah. I went to a dojo once, but when I had first joined here, I was still checking out different dojos in Dublin to see which one I liked the best. I had a feeling I was going to stay here, but I went to another dojo in Dublin, I won't say whose, and every single teaching point he had during that class was, now if a judge saw this, or if a referee saw that, and this and that, he wasn't teaching karate for karate's sake, he was only teaching karate for medals. Yeah, it was quite depressing.
That's not fun, man. No. I don't find it bad. I find it much more interesting. How can I get, my Mawashigeri to literally make someone's insides explode?
Wow, can you do that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, in terms of the breakout, the difference in styles, so to speak, and what is emphasised when you come here to train and compared to what was emphasised in the past, what do you think the biggest difference is?
Oh, gosh. I mean, there's so many right. There's so many right. And again, I always preface this by saying it's very, very good, and I think in terms of corrections, again, really, it was always sort of that sort of thing.
Move it a quarter of an inch.
That it was the shape rather than how do you get there. The important bit, I guess.
Yeah.
And again, it was harder, faster, stronger. I think I've told you both. Best example I've got, and the worst example really was the instructor was teaching me at the time. Maybe do the onsu jump 11 times in a row, up, and all he said was that last one wasn't as good as the first, and he just wandered off, and that was it. Yeah, that was it. Not a single point. It's just okay, Sensei. And but that like I say, that was constant. That was my job. You go to other dojos like the likes of John and Holly Bruce, who were awesome, awesome. I think Scott Sensei said he was like wanting them to come here at some point. Then the likes of Chris Cray and Greg Hexey, like they are awesome instructors who are starting, I think, to do a little bit more of this.
Yeah.
But you know, the old guard certainly are still just. You just keep going until you drop.
Yeah.
You know, like quite literally in some cases, knees, hips, back.
It must be hard though. Like, I can imagine if I was really set in my ways. Let's say I'm 60 years old and I've been doing it the way I do it for so long, and then by accident I discover somebody who just looks like magic on the dojo floor. I'd be like, oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see anything. I'm just going to keep doing it the way I do it.
It's like, I don't know. I think that. I mean, I guess it's two types of mentality, right? It's that, like, this is the way I've done it, this is the way I'm always going to do it. Like, remember in Gaeta, just to name drop Gaeta again, there was the guy, and Scott was teaching Niji Shiho, and he was saying, just like, bring your hands up on that Yamazuki, like, just enough to, like, fucking cover your face, like just enough to cover. And he was like, no, Anoida Sensei done it like this, and hands all the way above his head and stuff, and this is the way. And he's like, and Scott was like, Anoida Sensei's been dead for a very long time. Like, Karai's moved on, like, you know, like, fucking hell. Because at that point I think he was just like, oh Jesus, like, enough of like just arguing with me, like, but Anoida said this and this guy once told me to do that, like, you know. It's like everything moves on, everything progresses, like, and karate's no different, man. We shouldn't be stuck doing it the way that they done it back in the day. I saw a video the other day of what's the gymnastics event where they do the twirling.
I saw this as well. So the twirling on the bar.
Yeah. And it was like back in the 1920s or whatever, and they were like barely fucking twirling. Some shit, like it was like one flip
and that was the gold medal
and back up, and they were like, oh my god. Now it's like like, you know, craziness. And it's like, that's how the progression, and it's like there should be that same progression in karate.
If they saw gymnasts doing what they do now back in the 1920s, they'd think they were aliens from outer space. They think they were superhuman. So karate should be going the same way. You're right. Of course. But can you imagine being that? Like, because some of those guys at that Gaeta course were ancient. I'm not trying to cause anybody an offence. Nobody knows who I'm talking about. Okay, they didn't speak any English either, so I'm just gonna say, you fuckers were old as the hills, man.
You get emailed it out.
All right, and can you imagine being in the 60s and 70s training with Shirai and Anoida and just worshipping those dudes because of how awesome they were?
Because they were the superhumans.
That's it, exactly.
And then some upstart comes over from fucking Dublin and says, oh no, it's better if you do it this way. You'd be like, who the fuck do you think you are? I trained with Anoida. Okay, piss off.
Suppose so.
So I think you just have to understand where they're coming from. Have a bit of empathy for them.
But then
there's no one saying, again, like you said, certainly from the HDK saying it's this way and only this way. It's this way if you want it. Or it's that, as long as you can explain it. You can do it.
Exactly.
And that's cool. And no one's saying it's this way or that way or this way or that. It's your way. It's your way. Just.
It's like this morning with the ball of the foot and the opening, like the even pivoting on the ball of your foot when you're turning and kibadachi, or opening from the heel and driving forward. And it's like, that's the way Scott teaches it for sure. It's like, but you were saying, Naka showed us this way, and it's like, man, as long as you can justify it, it's not wrong. You know, that's it. Like, it's not.
I would say the way we used to do it was wrong. I will say that. Because I bet there's been a few
you demonstrated that, and I thought your feet had actually popped. Like, oh my god, that didn't look right.
So Stuart demonstrated this pivot where he tried to keep his knee in the one position for as long as possible while the rest of his body moved around the knee. And man, if you saw it, you'd think this guy is a contortionist or he has no ligaments left in his knee.
Just one or the other.
Horrible.
Excuse me. So here we are.
Here we are now, just trying to make sense of this whole karate thing.
We're just three young boys in a big old crazy world. Just trying to get by. Oh dear.
So here's a question I like to ask people. Like, I think I maybe asked you this We were in the restaurant last time you were here, but I don't think we got an answer because every time you tried to speak, Simon in Scotland would chime in and start talking, right? If you could have your lineup of 4 instructors on a course, you can pick any 4 instructors on a course. Who are you picking?
Who I've not trained with before.
You can have trained with them before. They can be dead. They can be alive.
Well, Steve Ubel's up there, for sure. I was devastated because we had Guy Sensei in Liverpool, and I was saying, I really want to go train with Steve Sensei, and he was like, he doesn't do courses anymore.
No, you just have to go to his dojo in San Diego.
Go in with the humble gift of cashew nuts and duct paper. Hand them over to him.
An offering.
Sensei.
So definitely him, and I will try and get over it. I've still not trained with Rick Hossin. We were talking about him last night.
Oh, you'd enjoy him.
Yeah,
he's great.
and again, he was meant to come to Liverpool last year, and unfortunately COVID and blah blah blah.
He's here in September.
Yeah.
No, June.
Is it June, is it?
I think it's September.
Who's in June?
Don't know.
You guys chat away there, and I'll find out for sure. Go on. So is Rick on your list and Steve on your list?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Definitely them. Oh gosh, who else? There is a lot. Damien Wood still wants me to go to train with Higuana Sensei with him in Okinawa.
Is Higuana still alive?
Yeah.
Jesus. Go on. Stop interrupting.
So we have said next time we go to Japan, we'll make sure we try and get over to Okinawa to train with him. And then, how many is that? Is that 3?
Yeah, one more.
Osaka Sensei.
Osaka! Cool. I like that. Yeah. You could meet Andre Bertello while you're over there training with Osaka.
I could. Whether I would or not.
He's an interesting fellow.
Do you
see that somebody screenshotted the text back and forth between them?
Yeah. So there's a guy on there's a guy on Instagram on sort of like the online karate community called Noel's Karate Obsession.
Right.
And it was him that made the texts public.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this guy, his name is Noah Legal, I think his name is. Anyway, do you remember Waza Wednesday? Do you remember the guy who used to do Bunkai every Wednesday on YouTube and he called it Waza Wednesday? It was like a Shorin Ryu guy. Anyway, he died and this guy was his student and he sort of tried to become YouTube famous or whatever after him. But so yeah, it was a mate of Noah's that got these messages, and Noah, because he had a bit of a platform, posted the screenshots on Instagram, and then Scott shared them, and then everyone was fucking sharing them. So go on to tell us what they said, Ross.
I don't even remember what it said, but it started off with a bit of a disagreement, I think, and
that's one way to put it.
And then one of them got very, very angry. And
one of them did, yeah.
And just started saying, "You're a fucking this, and you're a bastard, and you're karate shit, you're crazy, I'd fucking end you, and I fucking end you." All that sort of stuff, no, it's just like, this is not a good advertisement for the community.
To confirm, guys, Rick Houghton Sensei is teaching in Dublin on the 11th of June this year.
11th of June.
Get on your little Ryanair flight, man. Get on over here.
Yeah. And when's Scott in Liverpool?
June 25th, 26th.
So I'm coming over for that.
Very much looking forward.
Rick Sensei will definitely punch you. He always, if there's somebody new, somebody he likes the look of, he'll be like, "Come over here. He'll give you a good thrashing."
He made me bleed from my chest once with Tatiarakin. He was hitting me with Tatiarakin maybe 5 or 6. And I started bleeding, little bits of blood coming from there. I was like, it's very stingy.
He's very good.
Very good. Rick's great, man. Rick's, like I said, he just makes you feel so calm and relaxed, and then he does something like
kicks you in the nuts.
Kicks you in the balls.
I don't think Scott wanted me to say that on the podcast because I nearly said it the last time. I was training with Rick recently.
You were
away in Florida.
We haven't spoken about this. We're saying we need to podcast talk.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, I just got there isn't that much.
Go on.
I'll just give a quick fucking summary. Got there. Had a whole day of nothing to get over. Well, there wasn't really any jet lag, but we just arrived early, so there was a whole day of nothing. So on the day of nothing, we went to a zoo. I saw alligators.
Busch Gardens,
exactly. So all kinds of cool stuff. Did a couple of roller coasters there, and then
Scott go on them with you.
No, Scott doesn't do roller coasters. No, me, Hanif, and why am I blanking?
Keith?
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew.
Me, Hanif, and Andrew went on the roller coaster, and Scott sat out in the sun, just like we gave him our phones and our wallets, like he was like the dad. We were there.
That's hilarious.
So,
why did I go? Was he scared?
He doesn't do roller coasters. He did one in Disney. He did the Aerosmith one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no, he doesn't like roller coasters.
Oh,
He's
bless.
Yeah.
I still like him, innit?
I know. Yeah.
Me crack.
Anyway, then the training. 3 days of cool training. Rick was in the best form I've ever seen him, teaching-wise. He was getting the thing. You know, he's always trying to get something across, and he's do you follow? And it's this feeling and that feeling. And you're just on the edge of kind of getting it, but not really getting it, for me anyway. And then something about his energy while I was there in Florida, he was on his home turf, he wasn't pissed off from travelling or anything like that, and he was just perfect. I had a fucking unreal time training with Rick. Yeah. He did kick me in the nuts at one point. Excellent. I'm going to say it. It happened.
I'd say any instructors out there, if Rue's coming to train with you, just kick him in the balls. He deserves it. Trust me, he's done something.
But everything was great, man. I'd say, and his students are unreal crack.
Lovely, man.
Yeah.
Lovely bunch over there.
They're also friendly, and there's a nice kind of a youthful, joy-loving vibe in his dojo.
Bunch of hippies.
Bunch of fucking hippie ravers as well. Had such a good time, and they were also friendly. I got lifts everywhere. I got facilitated and shown around and introduced, and just everyone was so nice and friendly. And I have to shout out Fernando and James, because they're podcast listeners. And I think there were others too, but man, just such good vibe, such good training. Fucking Scott obviously nailed it every day as well, and he did the usual thing, you know, when he's abroad and he's like, you have to train hard. You know, sometimes it's like you have to think, and yet when he's with people who are classically harder, faster, stronger, it's like, no, you know, be strict with yourself, be scientific. When he's with people who are maybe a little bit
scientific,
scientific, or even a little bit cerebral.
Yeah.
You know, who think an awful lot about their karate. It'll be, you have to fucking sweat. Sweat equity. Yeah. So he was doing that kind of thing. And then, I just did all kinds of American things. I went shooting guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Keith. That was great crack. Keith and Rebecca came with me and Scott to shoot some guns. Saw big old trucks. Saw people riding motorcycles without helmets on. That's very American. Saw a rocket taking off into space in real life.
Cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. So now.
Say something now, you
So I've fucking been to America big time, man. Went to Disney World as well.
How did you get on with Disney?
Man, the Star Wars stuff blew my fucking mind. Star Wars has been major for me since I was a little kid. So it felt like I was looking at the Millennium. I was looking at the Millennium Falcon. I know it's just a sculpture of the Millennium Falcon, but it was the right size.
Did you fly the Millennium?
We did that as well, yeah. But when you're outside looking at it, it is unbelievable. Now I knew I wasn't really flying the Millennium Falcon. No, it was just it was a simulation. And yeah. I had a great time in Disney. The day in Disney was rough now because Scott and I arrived in Disney after the Sayonara party where we had a barbecue on the beach and we got very drunk at the beach. And then we drove all the way to Disney. Hanif drove us all the way to Disney, and then we got to Disney and we checked into our and we got even drunker. And we got absolutely smashed, to be honest. So our full day of going on rides and going around the place in Disney was pretty rough.
You're no Tommy Butler.
It was rough, but then about 6 or 7 p.m. that evening, we had a little cocktail, and then we were in great form all together, and we did it all again.
Excellent, man. Excellent.
That's my trip to Florida. Done.
What's your favourite karate trip, Stuart? Favourite karate trip you've been on?
Probably the first time we went to Japan was unreal.
Yeah.
To be honest, again, that was myself. That was when we stood to KHV. That was myself, Tony, Damien, Dan Brody, a guy called Steve Smith, and Sam Hussein, all really good mates. Yeah, that was mind blowing.
Yeah. Did you go? Was it a KUGB trip, or did you guys go on your own?
Oh, we just went on our own.
Oh, nice.
We just went on our own. Me and Tony were talking about it one day. It was just like, why haven't we gone yet? Do you know what I mean? It was just like, there's literally nothing stopping us. So off we popped. Like I say, stayed in Tokyo, stayed in the Kao Plaza Hotel, that was special. That was special, man. Just walking, there's a great big chandelier, and you're like, oh, we're not meant to be staying here. But it was nuts, you know. The first night we got there was this huge party going on upstairs, and we were sort of like, oh, shall we go have a look? Shall we go have a look? But we didn't have our luggage. That got lost.
Oh, shit.
So we were sweaty from like a 14-hour flight or whatever it was. We were absolutely knackered. It was just, we're just going to go get shit-faced. So got lost in Tokyo, but the party upstairs was, I can't remember which anniversary, but it was an anniversary party for Skiff. So Kanazawa Sensei was there.
Oh, no way.
All of the JKA chief instructors were there. Some of the JKS chief instructors were there. All the Skiff they were all fucking upstairs. Like, you could see the balcony, there's party going on, and we were like, oh, I wonder who's up there. And all of the who's who of Japanese karate were all upstairs.
That is unbelievable.
Imagine if you rocked up just like, hello.
That was nuts. That was nuts, yeah. But nah, that was a great time, man.
Yeah.
That was a great time. Tokyo is like nothing else.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a savage place.
It really is. It really is. Me and Tony wanted to go to the tuna market, you know, to see the auction. So we got up at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Auction?
You know where they get like the great big bluefin tuna? It sells for like hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Really?
Like,
They auction off fish?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And they let 100 people in to watch a day because it's such a spectacle.
Yeah.
And then you watch the auction, you get to like, they get all the fresh fish in, you can have your brekkie there and walk around the market. Just got up at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're in a traffic jam at 2:30.
What?
A massive traffic jam at 2:30, and it's like, what the heck's going on here? So we got there, and there's the security guard outside the gate of the fish place, and he's just giving us the dirtiest look I've ever seen on a human being. He's just scowling at us. So we're sort of like, oh, that's a bit funny. Get out the cab, he's still looking at us. Pay the cab, he's still looking at us. Cab drives off. Soon as the cab goes, closed.
Oh.
And we're looking at him
bastard.
like, you couldn't have fucking told us, man, whilst the cab's here. And now we're on the dock.
Yeah.
At 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, middle of Tokyo. Don't have a fucking clue where we are. It's pitch black.
See some of the boys trying their karate on
Yeah,
that.
And we're just like,
Going
what
down the
are we going to do, man? So we just started walking.
Yeah.
Saw a little light. Just the restaurant open. 3 o'clock. Just went in and ate some meals.
Excellent.
It was great fun.
Sounds like an adventure.
Getting lost in Tokyo. Great.
It's the most fun I've ever had getting lost in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Honestly. Awesome place.
We went, I've been twice to Japan, but the last time was with Scott, and I remember like we just, went out for Halloween. It was Halloween.
Oh, wow.
And we went to Shibuya, which for those of you who aren't familiar, it's the big crossroads that you see in all the movies.
Yeah.
That's Shibuya, and they had this massive street party, thousands and thousands of people, and they take their Halloween fucking seriously, man. They're all dressed up as their favourite fucking anime characters or whatever the fuck. Everyone's done up, and I'm done up in the kilt, the full kilt. I brought it with me, and I thought, I'll wear the fucking kilt in Japan, why not? So I was in the full kilt, and we're all getting pissed and stuff, and me and Mark stay out, everyone goes home, we're still out getting fucking trashed, and it was trying to get home, man. It was fucking, we're like, well, we get a McDonald's, and we looked at the McDonald's, and the queue was like a mile long. We were like, fuck this, we'll just go home. We got into the taxi, and we were like, where are we staying? Where are we? How did we get? And the guy's like, where are you going? And we're like, oh, Homakan, like Homakan. Homakan means hotel, like. So the fucking guy types in Homakan, and he's like, which one? There's like fucking 50 of them all up. We're like that. That way, just drive. And we're like, and I'm in the back, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know where we're going, Mark. I don't know. And he's like, oh, I'll get in the front then. And he jumps out the car while it's moving. He's going about fucking, I don't know, man. And he jumps in the car. He goes, what the fuck? And he runs alongside the car, opens the door, jumps in. The guy's like, what the fuck? We were trashed. Like, and then I remembered, it's beside the Tokyo Dome. And I went, Tokyo Dome, we'll find it there.
Yeah.
Probably about 4 a.m, we managed to find our way back up to the hotel. And we go into the fucking baths are shut, but we will fucking jump over a wee bit into the baths, fucking there in the baths, but I was naked.
You didn't even go to bed. You went to the baths.
We got some beers at the fucking vending machine fucking in the baths, man. But yeah, getting pissed and fucking lost in Japan is just class, man. Because it's the safest place ever. Like, it's so safe.
Yeah. I walked to the dojo in Sarasota one of the days when I was in Florida, and I got in fucking massive trouble. Everyone was like, you walked? Are you insane? And Scott was like, I fucking told you not to walk. And everyone was just so angry with me and like looking at me like,
what? You're an idiot.
Because apparently,
was
it's really, it's
was
really,
it not a murder?
yeah, there was kind of, I did kind of pass a murder scene on the
Oh,
way
really?
to the dojo, yeah. Apparently it's really dangerous. And I was like, it's broad daylight, and they were like, did you see the murder scene? And I said, yeah, I saw the murder scene. Okay, I won't walk again. Everyone was like, we'll come and pick you up, and I'm like, I am walking, leave me alone, I'm a big boy.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy walked.
Nobody fucking gave out to you for, well, there was two of you.
And
I was on my own.
And I'm fucking hard, man.
I'm hard.
I'm fucking hard.
Do you know what? Do you know what Orla said to me yesterday?
I don't want to know what.
She said,
I don't want to know, man. I don't want to know.
She said, Rue, let's get matching pajamas. And I said, do you fucking know who I am? I was like, do you know who you're fucking talking to? I'm a hard man. I don't wear pajamas. And I was like, I teach karate. I was like, you know, I drink whiskey and pints of Guinness and no.
I chew on nails.
Yeah. And I fucking walked to the dojo in Sarasota.
And she said, sure, don't you jump about in pyjamas for a living?
Yeah, don't you wear matching pyjamas with all your friends at karate? With your little HTKI logo.
Oh man, so sure, what we've started doing on this podcast is we've started doing the kumite.
Oh, the kumite.
Kumite. You're not going to do it, okay?
I thought you were like the professional there. And what we do is we match up one movie about martial arts movie star with another one, or not movie star, sorry, movie character.
Yes.
And this week we've got an interesting one, so we do.
And by the way, we're doing it tournament style. We decided just now in the cafe. So we have seen the last of Lee from Rush Hour. He's dead.
That's it.
So
fight to the death. He lost. Miyagi fucking killed him.
Yeah, we won't say who Miyagi is matching up with next. We'll do this one.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to draw it all out,
Yeah.
and it'll be a big pyramid until we have one ultimate.
The ultimate
Kumite champion.
The ultimate champion. So the first one we've got here.
Who are we doing today, Ross?
Today we've got Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon.
What's his character called?
Bruce Lee. From Enter the Dragon. That particular one.
Okay, that particular Bruce Lee, yeah.
And we've got Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
From Ong-Bak.
What's his character called?
Tony Jaa. From Ong-Bak. I can't keep up with these things. There's like a million fucking.
I think his character is Ong-Bak.
I have no
Anyway,
idea. Doesn't matter. Tony
Everybody
Jaa
knows who we're talking
from
about.
Ong-Bak. So what we're going to show is we're going to show you this clip here, Stuart. You've got to help us decide who do you think wins the fucking.
Okay, first we've got Tony
Kumite.
Jaa. Oh, this is a great fight. Turn it up. He takes on about 3 different guys in this one, doesn't he?
He does, man.
Finishes them off one by one. Okay, Hajime. Pa! Left leg. Yosh.
Oh, silence from the crowd.
They're stunned. Next fight straight away. That fella has biceps.
See his name? What the fuck he said there? Oh, taps
Jacket
off. Oh, he's got
comes
the Bruce Lee tank top
Yeah,
on.
a bit of an homage there. This guy starts with a little finger. Ooh, did he say fuck Muay Thai?
He did,
That
yeah.
is disrespect.
I love, and he went, I love Muay Thai or some shit.
Oofa. Oofa. That was a Yoko MP.
Whoa, that's lovely, man.
That's what I did to Justina last night.
Tomahawk elbow. Right on the dome.
Oh, he's doing all his kata as well.
Muay
whatever it
Baran
is.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
Oh, the guy hit. Oh,
Oh, they're fighting dirty now.
that's it. Oh.
Would you really elbow somebody on top of the skull like that?
Man, you're not seeing him catching the side of the temple with it in real life.
Yeah, but the
Brutal,
top
man.
of the, like on the crown?
If you're conditioned, I guess you can crack their skull open, man. Okay. And that is Tony Jaa and
Okay.
Ong-Bak.
I like that, man. He's got a lot of different styles. He can be defensive, he can be offensive.
I'll tell you my opinion on that after we watch a wee bit of
Okay,
Bruce
let's
Lee,
save
man.
it. Let's save it.
A bit of Bruce Lee. Not the whole movie. Let's see. Bruce Lee versus O'Hara. Yeah, that's
Yahara?
O'Hara.
O'Hara!
Oh,
I know him.
Sure, he's
Joe O'Hara.
son.
Yeah, no, he built my house.
Here we go. Classic, man. Everyone knows this scene, man.
Yes.
Everyone knows this scene.
This movie has no plot.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
He's
It's
avenging his dead sister.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. You need to rewatch. That
thought
was
he
just
just-
magic, what he just done there.
Don't hit back.
Boys, don't hit back. Oh, speed. Oh! Bitch slapping all the way, man.
That's it.
He's angry now. He's losing his
Escalating.
cool.
He's
Yeah, escalating, yeah. Kicking nuts for his trouble. Oh!
O'Hara's doggy's getting dirtier and dirtier.
Get up, O'Hara, you fucker. Senior hurling, come on.
Oh!
That looks real as well. Looked like he really took that impact, you know?
All the lads are on their ass, man.
Here he comes,
Best
man.
bit. Yes. Savage. I love it, man.
So what did he land on there when he did that big jump? Did he land on his neck?
Fucking trachea, man. Bit of fucking trachea.
Right.
So, here's my thought, right?
Okay, go on.
Tony Jaa cracking those guys with everything he had, like in the chest and stuff, and the guys are still fucking standing.
Keep getting back up.
You know, and they're still there. Bruce Lee gives him a Yoko-geri, says I'm fine. The guy like can't fight back afterwards. He's like, see that Mai-geri through the end? That was like fucking.
Yeah, true.
The guy was getting worse and worse and worse. The other guys looked pretty fresh after own back was cracking them,
Yeah.
you know. Apart from the two guys who one shot though. I have to say they one shot the first two.
I think they were portrayed as being pure amateurs, though.
Yeah.
I think O'Hara is supposed to be the hardest man in China.
So Stuart,
Bruce straight up murders him.
All right, go on.
he does murder. but like your man O'Hara is meant to be one of the top henchmen.
O'Hara looks like a fierce man for the pints.
Can't land a glove, man.
I'd say down in the pub with all the other Chinese, he'd be leading the charge.
What I found interesting is you see how much Ombak struggled with the
Was
guy.
Bruce Lee a man for the pints, though?
Bruce Lee loved a pint.
Did he?
We lay in a gear as well.
That's awful, man. Sorry, go on. I'll stop interrupting.
But the guy who had a bit of that light footwork that Bruce Lee's character in The Dragon has. You see Bruce Lee giving it the little Muhammad Ali sort of two-step kind of thing, hopping around and stuff.
And Tony Jaa's opponent did the same thing.
And he struggled, man.
Yeah, he did
struggled. He couldn't land the punches on him and stuff, you know? So I feel like if Bruce Lee came with that little sort of float like a butterfly thing, like a wee footwork, with his precision and speed, man, I think Tony Jaa's in for a bit of trouble.
But we're going to get into trouble eventually because we keep running into this. When we did Lee versus Mr. Miyagi, one of the things against Lee was that he was losing the fight for nearly the whole thing, and he was being defensive and he was dodging and getting hit and stuff. Now that's obviously for dramatic purposes, it's for the movie, so you'd be like, oh, on the edge of your seat, oh my god, how's he going to get out of this one? But what Tony Jaa did show was how to be defensive, so he was able to be a defensive fighter. At no point really did Lee's character show that.
Did he get hit?
He defended.
Did who get hit?
Bruce Lee's character.
No.
He didn't get hit, and the guy was trying to hit him.
And tried to glass him.
And trying to glass him.
Did Tony get hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, lots, man. Remember he got Mai-geri to the deck and stuff. And I think that if we look at like what sort of qualified last fight's one was that what's the quality of opponent that we're against here?
Yeah.
It looked like, Tony Jaa's guy was up against some guys who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And the skill level increased with each guy that he put down.
Yeah.
And towards the end the guy obviously had some sort of knowledge of what he was doing and stuff, and he struggled with that. Now Lee's in there fighting,
the best of the best.
one of the best top Dog's the toughest guys.
O'Hara,
you know?
like.
O'Hara. Fucking Jim O'Hara. Who's
Joe
O'Hara. Who's been knocking people out down in Roscommon for
the back of McGorty's.
For a long time. and decimated them.
Yeah, true. Okay.
And it was like, that's what we talked about last week. Lee's fighting guys in pubs, average Joe guys.
Yeah.
And having to be defence, struggling, not putting them down and stuff. Miyagi's was against two Cobra Kai downgrades.
Yes.
Champions.
Oh, what's it called
and
again?
Put them out. They bother.
Yeah, fucking hell. Alright.
I think Lee walks that one.
I think Lee does, yeah.
Yeah, I think Bruce Lee walks that one. They bother.
Alright, but it's gonna be like. Okay. Bruce Lee winner. Alright, goodbye Tony Jaa. I love that fucking movie. Another thing is, Bruce Lee in that movie is already a veteran martial artist. He's a big fighter who goes to save his sister or something, avenge his sister, right?
Avenge his sister, yeah.
Tony Jaa's character is just off the farm, the rice farm or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Racist. And he's just come to the big town to try and earn some money or something.
We'll bring it back for Back 2 and we'll have a rematch. But until that day comes.
Yeah. Until then. Fucking. Don't challenge the dragon.
Okay, what's the time? Yes, it's time.
It is time. It's time for a.
I've got one straight away.
Oh, on you go then.
It was a semi-fail. Well, no, it was a big fail. I've been losing shit. I've been losing all my shit. I didn't have my phone for 2 days the other day because I left it behind at Orla's house. Yes. And then I was going around, nobody could contact me. I was trying to find Wi-Fi on my laptop and I'd check my messages or whatever and then I had to go again. So we had our training on Monday night and then we had our first Tuesday morning session with the visitors, which I was really excited for. Now we all know sometimes I miss training in the morning. You know, because I can't get out of bed sometimes. It's just...
Normally, immediately after bragging about how you haven't missed training.
Yeah, I know. I'd be like, I haven't missed a session in ages. And then the next morning, where's Rube? So I really didn't want to miss the first, any of the mornings with the visitors, but certainly not the first one. Scott would fucking kill me if we had all these visitors and then I just don't show up and it shows lack of discipline. So I said, that's all right. I'll use my laptop as an alarm clock. Didn't I leave my fucking laptop in the dojo? So I got home and I thought, that's fine. I usually wake up at about, 4 or 5 or 6 and go back to sleep anyway. So when that happens, I'll just get up then and then I'll go to the dojo. But lay my head down to sleep and I decided I couldn't trust myself.
No, you felt the long sleep.
I felt the long sleep coming and I imagined waking up at 9 having missed, and no way to get here on time and just the shame that you'd feel. The abuse you'd receive, And just, so I got up at about 1 a.m. I got in my car and I came down here. Did I get my laptop and go home again? No.
Why would you?
Slept in the dojo. Like a fucking intern.
Intern days, man. It was alright sleeping though, yeah?
Yeah, I would have preferred to have been in my bed. It was a bit cold, and you're... strange place, getting to sleep in a strange place.
I was very surprised when I came into the dojo and you were here. I was like, oh.
Yeah. You came in at like weird. 8 on the dot.
Yeah. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, so that's my fail. Can't fucking remember anything.
Sure, you fucking forgot your keys the other day for your class.
I did.
I had to put them in a fucking taxi for you.
Yeah, it went keys, phone, laptop. Oh my god.
Jesus, it's only got one shoe on now, You're a mess, man. You're a mess.
And there's always something. I forgot lunch on Monday, remember?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Scott was meeting all the Liverpool boys and I was in here cleaning and he texted me, are you coming? And I wouldn't have seen the text, only I had my laptop open because I had no fucking phone. Anyway, that's it.
Hilarious.
I need to sort myself out, man. There's something wrong with me. Yeah. Someday something bad's going to happen. Something really bad.
Yeah. Jesus.
Who's next?
Stuart, you got one?
Oh, we were all witness to my fail of the week. Which was...
an assault on the senses.
Oh my god. I'll apologise again. Because that
Dude.
It was one of the worst things I've done in a
It was like
long fucking
nuclear
time.
meltdown, man.
You know what? Sometimes you wonder, am I
horrendous.
tough? You wonder.
Am I really a hard
Am I a
man?
hard man? I proved I was a hard man that day.
Oh my god.
I didn't say it. I didn't flinch. I just kept doing the Cazares thing. He's like,
Yeah, you were going into it, man. You were inhaling that shit. It was coming out of me. Oh, yeah, that was stinky, that.
oh man,
Yeah, it was a farce. Just saying, we haven't said that yet. Stuart.
Talks like man. If I could describe this, it's what I imagine like a rotten buffalo carcass.
Yeah.
It must be like, man.
Coming out me rear end.
Who's that? Who's that? Well, I know some Irish comedian, can't remember his name, but he talks about his dad kind of commentating on his own farts, and he'll be like, "Oh, that one came out with its boots on. This one had its fucking boots on. Its steel toe caps."
Oh, that was evil. Evil.
And I
Your mate was like, "I was chewing on it." Whatever that means.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
That was yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a pleasure being partnered up with you during that time. Shut up,
Every
mate.
time I went, because we're doing the exam, so you blow count. Every time my back foot went down.
Oh man.
It was coming
Brutal.
out for me.
Brutal.
My arse hit the seat. It was coming. That was not good.
What day it was, man?
What?
Guinness the night before, or what was the story?
I think it's Ryanair. I think the way you know the way they
Just the
compress,
air.
they compress the cabin.
Yeah.
I think it compresses the gut a little bit too much.
I always
And
find that when I come off the plane,
have you ever used a
there's
pressure
mad
cooker,
shit
man?
coming up the
It's like an air fryer in there, or a pressure cooker or something. Stuff gets extra intense when they pressurize the cabin.
Yeah.
And then you get off the plane and it's all the way to the dojo.
There you go. Man. You ever be like, you know, when you're on a date for the first time with a girl or something, you spend all
On a
day
first date?
And you spend all day with a girl and you're like holding the farts, like you're trying to be polite, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll give you a call tomorrow or something, and then you wait till they're like round the corner or something, you're like just hovercrafting it all the way home, man. Every step. Every lad knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
for sure. Oh man, yeah, that was rough. That was rough going. Eyebrows will grow back. So here's the fucking. This is a good one actually. This is the fucking fail. So Rue, in case you don't know, is quite an accomplished musician.
Oh, thank you.
And he's now that COVID's over, he's been back playing gigs.
Flat out gigging, yeah.
Gigging all the goddamn time. So we all said, Guy Sensei was over, and we all said, oh, we'll go over and
Oh, this is a fail.
yeah, we'll go over and we'll fucking see Rue play for the evening. That'll be the entertainment.
Yeah.
So we went, and the grading ended up going over, as they always do when it's like a lot of show dance and knee dance grading and stuff. So we had a table booked for
8,
and we ended up arriving at
9.
due to unforeseen circumstances, you know. And straight away we went in, and I went up to the bar to get a drink for myself and the lovely Deirdre, and this little goblin man.
He was like straight out of Gringotts, man. He was like, he had the huge bug eyes behind his glasses and his little bald head with little tufts of white hair going everywhere, and he was about 4'9".
And I was there, and I didn't say anything. I didn't say you're right. I was just standing at the bar because I could see he was busy and doing stuff, and he had like tickets in his mouth of like what drinks he was supposed to be making and stuff. And he looked at me and I smiled at him, and he said, "Oh, I'll be with you, but you're in the queue now because you're so late here." And I was like, how does he know I'm late? I was like, and then because I didn't realise everyone was late.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so they were really pissed off with us.
Yeah.
And but anyway, I was waiting ages and ages and ages and ages and ages, and then eventually he says it. And I was like, oh, 2 pints of Guinness, and he goes, okay, there's your bill, and he hands it over, and I'm about to get my card out to pay, and I look, and it says 16.40.
Yeah.
And I looked at the receipt, and I looked at him, and I looked at the receipt again, and I went, this can't be right.
You're like, no, 2.
And I looked at it, and it was a little 2 times Guinness. And I stared at it for about a good 30 seconds, like, And I was reading the whole. I was like, you know that way where there's all the fucking like the title of the place,
the address,
and
the
everything
tax
like that,
number.
and all that. And I'm reading all that just to be like, there's got to be some sort of like meal attached to this or something. I'm looking at the bottom, and I was like, what the fuck? 1840 for fucking
1640.
1640 for $8.20
for Guinness,
for a pint of fucking Guinness.
Shocking.
And I paid it, man.
Yeah.
I paid it
because you're a fucking chump.
I was sweating. That one pint lasted me an hour and a half. I was like, Jesus, this is like the most expensive thing I've ever bought in my life.
Yeah, that's kind of my fault. Well, no, I didn't know.
Your fault.
That was my first time playing there.
Know. But they were fucking. The place itself, like, it was a fail just even going to that place, man. Arseholes. What was it? The Merchant Arch?
The Merchant's Arch,
Merchant's
Dublin City
Arch. Have you ever
Centre.
come to Dublin, man?
Don't go there, man.
Fuck
Fuck that place. We're calling them out big time.
We were
they can come
late,
fight us.
But we still ordered drinks and food, and we had food and stuff. And Rue was about to play downstairs, and he said to the man, I'm about to go on stage. Is there any way I can have a plate of chips sent to the stage so I can just munch in between songs? And he went, and he looked at you like you just fucking spat in his face, and he was like, no, you're here to play.
Yeah.
You're not here to eat.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. I've never experienced anything like that before. Wow. Now, I don't believe I have an ego or anything, but I'm used to being treated a certain way when I'm the musician. Not like a god or like, anything special, but just with a fucking modicum of respect.
Yeah.
It was like, you won't be allowed to eat on the stage.
He was taught.
I just felt like saying the most egotistical sounding thing, which is like, it's my fucking stage. Like, do you play music? Can you can't tell me what to do on this stage. I do what I fucking want on the stage.
And he was like, no, you can't. And then you went, am I allowed water on the stage? And he went, oh, you don't have to play if you don't want to. For sure, didn't we sneak him a plate of chips anyway? Didn't we?
Deirdre brought me the plate of chips, and I was having a wee chip in between songs.
Every time we finish a song, I was like, have some chips, man. Have some fucking chips.
And Scott was whistling, doing
Scott
his wolf
whistle.
whistle.
Out the place for whistling. Yeah.
Apparently, you're not allowed to whistle in this fucking place either.
Even though there was about 20 people fucking screaming their head off after every song, Scott whistling was just too much. He nearly kicked him out, and I was like, oh god, try and fucking throw him out.
And then Jean-Philippe did a massive whistle then.
Get in trouble.
But I told the agent I'm never playing there again. She said it was a new venue for her, and they're still kind of paying only cheap rates because they're new. She's trying to get the prices up there and stuff, and I said, well, here's a bit of feedback for that venue. The staff were downright hostile. The manager of the bar downstairs where I was playing came up to me just before I started and said, now it'll be hard to explain why this pissed me off so much, but he goes, there's no breaks, you play straight through. It was a 2-hour gig, so like I've done that before, that's fine by me, but I have to chug pints of water when I'm playing. It's to lubricate the throat, and because I sweat a lot while I'm playing too, so I need a pee break. I've never had anybody tell me you're not allowed.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Like I know normal, what would you call it, like labour laws, or you're entitled to break every fucking hours or something. But if you need to piss,
you need to fucking piss.
You have to go and piss. Right?
Should have done it right in the fucking bar. I just kept singing like fucking.
I've just never been told you're not allowed to take a break before. Bizarre.
Fuck that place. So guys, you ever come to Dublin, or if you live in Dublin, Merchants Arch can go fuck themselves.
Fuck them. Don't go there, man. You'll be broke.
Please. Get to fuck.
And on that note, let's go down now and break up the place.
Yeah, let's go take the fucking Scousers and we'll go fuck.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Stuart, pleasure to have you. It won't be the last time. We'll hopefully see you again in June.
If
come down and see Rick Houghton, man.
We'll go across to Liverpool as well. Have a fucking cracking wee time there.
Great time.
Be nice. Be nice, man. Good stuff.
We'll
Deep bows and horses.